All right. You know that feeling you've been talking on the phone for a good couple of minutes and then you realize the line died one way or another and you've been talking to yourself and maybe you had something to say that was important or your friend or whoever needed to hear. But, say la vie. So here we are, like try five. Streetlights Bible app didn't want me to read that or use split screen with my camera app. So here we are, January 1st, 2023, Proverbs 1, NIV translation. Welcome. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and let the one who understands obtain guidance. To understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching, for there are a graceful garland on your head and pendants for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lay in wait for blood, let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, let us swallow up them alive, and whole those who go down to the pit. We shall find all the precious goods, and we shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us. We will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, for their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird, but these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. Wisdom cries aloud in the streets. In the market she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy street she cries out. At the entrance of the city gates she speaks. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing and fools hate knowledge? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called and you refuse to listen, have stretched out my hand and no one is heeded. Because you've ignored all my counsel and would have none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when terror strikes you. When terror strikes you like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. They will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Would have none of my counsel, and despise all of my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way, and they shall have the fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure and be at ease, without the dread of disaster. Wisdom is constantly personified in a lot of the old books and several books of the Bible, described as someone who is with the Lord when the foundations of the world were set. And I think it's interesting because we've got other philosophers who've come after and had things to say about recognizing qualities out there. So wisdom being perhaps a quality that we can recognize and respond to is commonly echoed in a lot of these verses. So hear wisdom. It's not my wisdom. This is wisdom from the wisest man that ever lived, purportedly. And he got his wisdom by, when given the opportunity to ask anything, asking for more wisdom. So, or understanding. So I continually am seeking not just knowledge, but understanding and wisdom. I encourage you to do the same. This has been the first reading. Like I said, we're doing NIV. I will read one chapter of Proverbs every day, maybe share some thoughts on it. As this gets a little more thought out on how we'll actually do these recordings, maybe we'll do it live so I can respond with chat and we can have more of a dialogue. In the meantime, I encourage you to Leave a comment. As one of my high school teachers used to always say, and I find myself saying it all through the years, is questions, comments, snide remarks. So I'll leave you with that. I may be ending these in prayers, but in this case, I'm just going to end it with a benediction and just say, if you're watching this, if you actually got 5 minutes into a strange bearded guy talking to our camera in the dark in the car, I just want to say thank you. And I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. And I want you to be blessed. Merry New Year, everybody.